up, everybody? I'm Izzy.
And I'm Fitty.
Back at it again with another episode of How We Talk Podcast.
That's right.
What's up, man?
Nothing, man. I just forgot to count you in.
I know you did.
I was like, oh, yeah, I'll count you in.
Cool. Who do we have today in the studio, man?
Today in studio, we have Xavier Martinez.
What's going on,
what's up,
Xavier?
you guys? How you doing?
Here's a question, dude. And I
What's
asked your sister. I went live earlier and I asked your sister. I was like, hey, how does he pronounce his name? Because there's some people that say Xavier. Some people say Xavier. And I know you get that question all the time, huh?
I do. I really do. Yeah.
Okay. So then another one's not too bad. I'll ask you again.
So it's Xavier.
Xavier.
X. Yeah.
X.
I've gotten Javier. I've gotten.
Do you speak Spanish?
Not fluently.
Like me. How do you pronounce your name in Spanish?
So here's the thing with it. I've heard that the X is actually an S sound because my mom's name is Sochi. Starts with an
right.
with an
Oh,
X.
okay. Yeah. Oh, that makes sense.
And so I would. My dad told me, he's like, no, it's Xavier. Like
Xavier.
that's the way you would say it.
Yeah.
But everyone telling me like, well,
I
everyone
never
will
thought
tell me
about
like,
Yeah.
like when you say Mexico, they say Mexico. So
Yeah,
that's
Mexico.
why I'm like, all right, whatever,
It's one of those weird because it's like when like X in front,
Right.
like X in the middle of a word is probably it gives you that sound, right? Mexico, and then X in the front would be I guess the same Javier, but Javier is typically is with a J.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. That's
So-
what I was saying.
But I have heard that. Like I was just talking to my son because he was asking me who are you gonna record today? Dad, I'm gonna record a guy named Xavier. And then he's I have a friend named Xavier. We call him X, and sometimes we call him Javi. That's what I was like. That's what I remember. I'm like, oh yeah, everybody calls him Javier sometimes, right? But it's weird. But not
That's
weird,
not
but
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I've gotten
It's
X.
different, yeah.
different.
X is cool.
I like X.
I would
Yeah.
go by X.
Yeah,
You know?
Mr. X.
That we can keep it that way. That's cool too.
Yeah.
But I love that name Sochi though. I love that.
Sochi's cool. Yeah.
And
Yeah, you
it's-
should hear the phone calls I get whenever like someone's calling for her.
Yeah.
Like if it could be she signed up for like a newsletter or something. I don't know. Somebody
Right.
just call the house
Yeah.
and oh man, they butcher the name so bad.
Sure, yeah.
Exo Chito.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because when you see
Sochita.
that name, I would write it down for him eventually. Not right now. It's too
Yeah.
fresh. But one day I'm gonna write it down for you, that name, and then I'm gonna ask you to pronounce it. You won't be able to do it.
Sochi?
Yeah,
Oh,
Sochi.
okay.
Unless you've seen it before.
Yeah, no, I have.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
never mind then.
I want to say we have somebody in the family
Yeah.
that's
Sochi?
had that name. So I've always known that name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah, but-
that's a Mayan or is that Aztec?
that's a
I
good
would say
question.
Aztec.
Aztec?
I would
I think
say
it
Aztec.
is.
Because that's
Yeah.
Aztec is over there by like Maya Rivera, isn't it? By Cancun.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah,
haven't
your
brushed
guess is as
that.
good as mine.
Fact check. Fact check.
No, we don't fact check in the store.
I was telling Fiddy when we were live earlier, I had a buddy named Xavier, and he's like, oh, my name in Spanish is X Javier. I go, nah, I don't think so. He's like, yeah, my mom told me.
That's funny.
Weird.
Well,
Anyway,
dude, we just did like a 10-minute podcast right now with your name.
Just
That's
your
crazy,
name.
right?
There you go.
and that's it. That's it.
That's
for
all we have
tonight.
for you guys for the show. That's funny. But I did want to ask you this question. When I saw you, when I met you at the that's another one. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. When I was like, hey, what's Crystal's brother's name? Crystal is his sister, brother.
Is this the wedding?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
The one that I
okay,
officiated.
okay.
Remember I told you?
Right, yeah.
Okay. So and I was like, what's
Reverend Fiddy.
Reverend Fitty. What's his name? And then she's like, oh, it's Joey. So I'm like, all right. So then I go and he's at the bar, right? And he's helping out his buddy Tony.
No, Julio.
Julio. That's
Yeah.
right. And he goes, I go, hey Joey. And then he turns around and I was like, okay, cool. It's Joey. They're not putting me together. So then we're talking and asked him to, if he wanted to do the podcast. And he's like, oh, yeah, do it. And then I go, all right, cool. And then he goes, but it's Xavier. And I was like, okay. I thought I was so weird. Never asked you why. I never asked her why. Nothing.
You just went with it? All right, cool.
Why did she tell me to call you
Yeah,
Joey?
it's a family name. Honestly,
okay.
to this day, I have no idea where it came from. I really don't.
Is it
Since
like
you were
baby
little?
kangaroo?
Yeah, maybe. You know, it might be.
Joey.
But it's just weird because, like, my sister, her name is Crystal, but in the house, we call her Gizmo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
remember?
Okay. So, yeah, that's what I saw. Gizmo.
So it's
Does she look
real
like
weird.
Gizmo? Is
You know,
why?
Yeah,
why
that's gonna be
Gizmo?
one of those questions I'll dance around.
Do you have a family name like that? 'Cause
Gizmo?
That okay.
No, I don't have
Gizmo's
family
explainable. Family names, but you have another person's name, like a full-on human name
Oh,
for
Joey?
like a different name. That's weird.
Yeah, that's gonna be. We'd have to ask her and see if she knows.
Yeah, maybe she might because
Yeah. 'Cause now
she
it's
was
just like-
there. Yeah.
Well, I know, like, this one's probably common. My cousin, I'm laughing right now because we're still talking about names here now. But my cousin's name is Daryl. We call him Boy. We've always called him Boy. He's 22, 23 years old, and we call him Boy. We still call him Boy.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure his wife or his girlfriend calls him Daryl. I don't think she calls him Boy
Unless she's mad.
unless she's mad.
Yeah, hey,
you
boy.
know? Hey boy. But yeah, it's just one of those names.
Do you have one of those names?
Me myself?
Yeah.
No, I
There's always been Fidel.
Fidel. And I'm a junior, and no one ever called me junior. Like most,
Nah.
like I have a cousin named Ernesto, and he's a junior, and we grew up kind of sometimes calling him junior. Now he's just Ernie,
Yeah.
but before it was like junior. We grew up calling him junior. I never got called junior.
Yeah.
I was kind of hurt. I thought I should have been called junior.
Junior.
I did try that for a while, like at school, and then
Did
it
you?
didn't
You
take.
try to go by.
Yeah, when I
Yeah.
was younger, but it didn't take.
I always wanted a middle name.
Yeah.
I never liked my name. My name's Israel. I never liked it growing up. I don't know. I just didn't like it. My family though, my family name, everyone called me BC. BC. It's crazy.
BC, like before
BC?
Christ.
Yeah.
Oh,
BC.
shit.
Yeah.
BC or your BC? Got
Like
a lot
well,
going on?
yeah, before Christ.
Before Christ. Yeah. BC.
That's crazy. Well, when I did ask you about that podcast, what'd you think?
Yeah.
Like, what the hell was this guy? Because it was keep in mind, it was just a wedding, dude.
Yeah.
And then we're probably both kind of like maybe
Yeah.
a little bit drunk, right? Not drunk, but
Yeah.
kind of, we're
Okay.
drinking.
Okay,
Yeah.
Reverend.
So yeah, I remember I was helping out Julio. We were in the bar and I was helping him out because the line started getting pretty long. And I remember you had approached me
Yeah.
and you told me about it. And honestly, I got real excited. But I remember I got real excited about it, and I think I remember talking to Gizmo about it.
Yeah.
And then I told her, and I was like, I just don't know if he's gonna remember. I was like, I don't know. I hope he does.
Were you that drunk?
Was I? No, I wasn't
No,
that drunk. No, I wasn't that
No,
drunk.
he wasn't that drunk, but I was like, damn, like I can only like because I mean, I myself like if I have too much alcohol, I just get very happy.
Oh,
you know
yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean? Like,
Oh, yeah.
Well, and that was my thing. I was like, maybe he doesn't remember because we were both kind of drinking.
yeah,
And I'm like, yeah, I probably don't remember. And then definitely after I left, I'm sure that you guys kept drinking, right? So
Yeah.
someone dirty, not dirty, but I was like, yeah, they probably said stay drinking. And so then I'm like, I'm gonna give myself. I went back to like, you remember back to that movie? Was it called Swingers? Swingers.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that movie Swingers?
Mhm.
It was do you call the girl? Do you call her back in 2 days? Do you call her back in 3 days?
Right.
You wait a week, or is that too long? Because then she forgot.
Right.
And so I treated him like a girl I met at a club. And I'm like, do I wait a week? Nah, I'm gonna wait 2 days. And I think I waited 2 days before I take
Yeah.
Or no, I might have waited almost a week.
I think it was.
Because it was like 5 days or something
Yeah.
that I waited. It was like a Friday. And I was like, damn, I might have waited too long. And then I got the response. And I was like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
He remembered.
Oh, maybe he was just busy.
Or he was just busy.
He was a busy man.
Yeah, you know what? The thing about it was like hopping back and forth. So it was like I'd be like having fun, and
Yeah.
then it was like, oh, okay, like oh, Julio needs help, so
Yeah.
you just
Yeah.
gotta like switch the face, you know, and
yeah.
and just get back in, just helping him. So
That's how it is, man. When you have a wedding, when it's your sibling that's getting married, like you're out there helping out. you know?
Yeah.
all hands on
'Cause-
deck.
Yeah,
All hands,
exactly.
that's right.
So that's what I saw with that wedding. It was pretty cool. I like.
Oh yeah, you had mentioned that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
It was
cool.
all like united. Everybody's helping each other out.
Yeah,
It
it
was
was
fun.
pretty good.
Yeah. So,
That's cool.
I'm trying to turn this around.
Sure.
Julio,
Yeah.
you guys were talking about what? Because when I was talking to him, he was
Mhm.
telling me that he's like a health fitness coach,
Mm-hmm.
and then Julio
is Julio though,
Julio was Julio,
right? Okay.
but Julio was doing like some massage therapy thing, right?
Yeah, he
At the
was.
wedding?
He does.
Yeah, we had a little VIP area.
he does deep tissue massaging.
Deep tissue massage.
Yeah.
Shiatsu.
Shiatsu.
Yeah,
Maybe.
he is. Yeah, I mean that guy Julio, man, that guy has done so much. Like he went to bartending school. I know he went to school for massage therapy. So I mean that guy
Yeah.
has
Jack of all
went-
trades.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so anything you need, like I'd probably call Julio.
Yeah,
he probably
yeah.
knows how to do it.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, it to me, I thought you guys were like a team. Like you guys were working out of a camp or something like that. Because I didn't really get a good idea of it. That's why I was like, ooh, I want to talk to him a little bit more. So and ask you.
Yeah.
So are you guys in a camp together, or do you work on your own?
No, I do the work on my own. Julio, I know he does he does deep tissue massaging, but it's like a whole different aspect.
Yeah.
Because when I work with certain people, it's just like in the gym hitting like strength conditioning, and then probably like maybe ties in a little bit, but I do more like therapeutic, like tension relief.
Okay.
And definitely trying to take away aches and pains.
Yeah.
Because when, for example, like if someone goes in a camp, I mean, the camps are man, they're really demanding.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, especially if it's like 3 or 6 month window that they have to get ready. Like they're pretty much like just training
Yeah.
all day, every day until that fight. So
Now,
yeah.
when you're talking about camp, to be more specific, you're talking about like a fighting camp.
Yes.
So you trained some fighters.
Yeah. The main one I work with is Jamal Pokes.
Jamal Pokes.
Yeah. And
Pokes with the K.
With the G.
Oh, Pokes.
Yes.
Okay, Pokes.
Yeah. He's on Instagram. He's at the Stormtrooper MMA, and he's the one I've been working with for I think a little over a year now.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. So and he's like, it's just incredible because most fighters when they're out of when they're on their off season, they're just off.
Yeah.
They enjoy themselves.
Yeah.
No, that guy keeps me busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, always working, and so it's for sure. It feels like we're in camp all the time.
Yeah. He's
Just
just
the way we're
young,
working.
hungry, training like a beast.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
That is. How old is he?
He's 22.
22.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. So he's got a long way to go, but if he's already working, I mean, he's got that
Yeah.
mentality
He's got
already.
that work ethic.
that work ethic.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
cool. And where's he fighting at right now?
He's fighting out of Victorville.
Victorville.
Mhm.
That's where you have your you set up your shop over there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
QFit boot camp. Yeah, that's where I'll train him out of.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, it's pretty fun, man.
Yeah.
Definitely, it's a whole new world, whole new aspect. So it keeps me on my toes learning for sure.
How long have you been doing this?
For like training with
Training,
him.
yeah,
Or
athletes, fighters.
Yeah, or athletes. Yeah.
He was actually the first one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So when we first started, he came up to me, or he came to the gym. I remember one time it was like early in the morning. I think we met like at 7 a.m. And he was telling me, he's like, hey, I'm coming back from an injury. Like I've had other conditioning coaches let me down, like not showing up or canceling. He's like, I have the opportunity to work with the best, but I don't want to be driving down the hill.
Yeah.
So, pretty much told me like, what can you offer me?
Yeah.
And at that point, I mean, I was fresh into the game of fitness.
Yeah.
So I told him, I was like, honestly, you're going to be the first person I ever trained like that. So, I mean, we can try, and I'll give you my all, and you give me your all. And that's pretty much all I can give you.
Yeah.
So he told me, he's like, all right, like we'll do it. So we trained a little bit. And then, I mean, at that time, I didn't know really what to do with it. And then he came up to me and told me, he's like, hey, like, I respect that you want to learn, you want to grow. He's like, but if you can't step it up and you can't, he's like, pretty much, let me put it this way. He's like, I've had harder workouts.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
He challenged you.
Yeah. He told
yeah.
me, he's like, so if you can't step it up, then I guess I'm going to be going down the hill.
Yeah.
And I remember that like hit my soul, and I was like, damn, all right. But from then on, yeah, it's just pretty much, he definitely brought some insight of like, all right, I need to step my game up. And so I just been learning, growing, and trying to help him out pretty much.
So you're probably like a little nervous, maybe getting started with it, and then he finally broke the ice, and you guys, let's go.
Yeah.
Do what you do.
Yeah, because I felt like, I was like, damn, like I didn't want to ask him like, hey, was this hard enough? Because then I felt like I'm downplaying myself,
Yeah.
Right.
So I was like, all right, I'm just going to let him give me the feedback. And then pretty much like I don't even think we were done with the whole workout. He just kind of looked at me and was like, man, this isn't like, this isn't anything. Like we got to step it up for sure. So now I've been busting his ass.
Yeah. That's
cool.
good.
How long have you been with him?
Little over a year.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it turned into something good.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well,
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
How the question I probably should have asked you was, how did you fall into this, or how did you get into this?
So the way I started, this guy, his name is Michael. He manages the primary location, and he told me, because I went to high school with him, and he told me, he's like, hey, like I need an extra coach. He's like, it'd be cool if you can come and help out.
Yeah.
And he asked me a few times, and I would tell him like, no, like just, I don't know what it was when I first started, but just helping someone, if I had to explain it more than once, I used to get real frustrated.
Yeah.
So I was like, nah, it's not for me.
Yeah.
And then I worked out there, and then he told me, he's like, hey, like, this is pretty much what we do. You know, you just, all you got to do is, you know, bounce around, you know, pump people up, show them how to do it. And I was like, all right. So I went into it actually just for some extra cash. And then just from there, like, I just started connecting with people. And I remember it was one client, I don't remember, it's been so long, but she came up to me and she was just like, she's like, hey, like, my knees have been hurting for a while. She's like, I felt so discouraged. I guess the doctors told her, you know, not much you can do besides just kind of numb the pain. She's like, this is the best I've ever felt. She's like, I'm really stepping it up. And she's like, you know, my life's really changing. And then at that point, I really saw how powerful fitness can be. And that's it. Yeah.
Did you know of her knee injury before that?
Yeah, I knew to the extent of she just needed some modifications.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know like the full extent of it hurts during the cold or to just move. So when she told me that, it was like, oh wow, like that's when I started to feel like, okay, this is really where it is. And then what I was actually just recently, probably like a few months ago, I was for sure questioning, like maybe taking a different route, like maybe seeing if this isn't for me. But I picked up and I started working with another client of mine. Her name's Courtney, and she's, oh man, I'm not even gonna attempt to say because I'm gonna butcher the word so bad. But it basically, I think it's she has something in her spine. I don't remember exactly what it is. But she basically, the doctors told her, you're never gonna be able to work out as hard as you were, you know, like don't account for running. Basically all that's gone. You know, and she's just turned 17. So I was like, wow. Yeah. And I was like, man, like they're telling her basically there's no hope. And so I told her, and I was like, hey, like, I don't believe that, you know, like she was like, basically like she pulled me back in because when she told me what was going on, and I told her, I was like, no, like I don't believe that. Like I told her, I was like, I've never worked with anyone like this before. You're going to be my first one, but no, we got to try something. You know, like if they're telling you there's no hope, what do we have to lose? So we started working together, and now like I post her all the time on my stories when we're working, and she's running, she's squatting, she's doing like all kinds of planks, and basically what the doctors told her, you're not going to be doing, you know, I told her, I was like, nah, that's not true. So from there, that's all helped me like really, really believe this is my passion and this is why I love doing what I do.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So then you're constantly educating yourself in the fitness and therapeutical side of it.
Oh yes. Always, man. Like I always try to spend at least like 30 minutes every day, just trying to read something new or something I don't understand, understanding it a little better. Yeah.
That's
so
good.
Yeah, for sure. And that to me is like, to me, it never feels like I'm working. I said, it's like the saying, like you find something you love doing, you never work a day in your life. So, and for me, it's just the continuous growth and reading. Like it's all paying off and it's all work. But to me, it's just something I love doing. I can get lost and I can do it forever.
Yeah. You have any schooling?
No, this is that's something I just started really to pick up on my own.
Self-taught and all that.
I mean, I'm certified through like PTA Global. That's what it's called. But I've honestly felt like even with the certification, that I've learned more on my own just from like there's so much knowledge that you know people are putting out there for free that it goes over people's heads, and so there's for sure so much out there.
Yeah, a lot of people look at these videos and they just like they have what they call right now, I'm trying to think of the name. I was trying to buy myself some time. Accountability coaches.
Okay.
So they have a lot of these accountability coaches online, and a lot of people listen to this to the words because these guys are or some of them are women, are they have that very empowering voice, but they don't really listen to the message. So they just kind of all they do is they hear it and they see the lips moving, and then they're like, wow. And then, like you just said, right over their heads. So they're not taking it in. You know what I mean?
Because of the voice, you think?
Maybe because of the voice.
It catches their ear.
Could be like Morgan Freeman does that to me.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I just think I don't think it's the boy. I think it because there's people that take it. They do take something from it. You know, like you. You know, you're
Mhm.
learning, and But there is people that just because we're not ready. They're not ready.
Right.
To take that in. You know, to get that change and stuff like that. That's what I
Sure.
think.
Oh, like the to take in like the info and
The
stuff that's
information.
coming at them.
Yeah. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Maybe they're like fear. Of change. That's what most people.
Oh, that's a real thing.
Yeah.
That's a real
Like the fear
thing.
of
Yeah.
change. Yeah. I mean, what are some of the challenges that you come across when you're training someone?
So the main thing has to be, like you said, the fear of change.
Yeah.
Like that really is like the biggest thing.
Mhm.
Like it's changing. It's crazy because someone can eat on their own. Let's just say, for example, brown rice, chicken, broccoli.
Mm-hmm.
They can do that on their own all day.
Mm-hmm.
But the moment I tell them this is all you're gonna have, if they freak out
Yeah.
because it's just that slight change.
Yeah.
Mm.
Because now they're tied into it. They have to do it.
Yeah.
They feel like they do. So the biggest challenge is people expect to, like if you go to Egypt, we see the pyramids,
Mhm.
they're, beautiful pyramids, all,
Right.
all put together, but no one, they don't understand that it was put together piece by piece,
Yeah.
Right.
and it's just like within fitness, they just expect to get from, being overweight to fit
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
overnight.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest struggle of, you got so many people on social media, posting, a small waist
Yeah.
and we buy into it. You see it long enough, you're going to buy into it.
Take the magic pill.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Mhm.
exactly what they're looking for. So, and it's just walking them through that every step you take doesn't need to be, a physical success.
Yeah.
Like if you only lost half a pound, like that's it. They're beating themselves up thinking fitness isn't for me,
Yeah.
Right.
but
up.
but I mean, it's half a pound closer,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And the mental steps it takes to get up, put your body in pain,
Mhm.
like give up bad foods, like all of that is really hard.
Yeah.
And the biggest challenge I face is getting people to see the little steps
Yeah.
Yeah.
that making it there. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
but so that's what I try to shed some light on, really
Mhm.
helping them through and helping them understand that.
Yeah. Talking to them.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
You get a lot of people that quit, that just flat out quit, no matter what you tell them.
Yeah. Some I
Even
have,
after they paid you.
Yeah.
Yeah. There is.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
had people get up and just kind of be like, you know what, like I'm done with today. So I'll let them pack up their stuff. Like
Yeah.
I had one client, she was packing up her stuff and she was pretty upset.
Yeah.
So I just told her, I was like, okay, you know what, like I can see today's not your day. I was like, it's cool.
Yeah.
Like if you want, like that's fine. So as she was packing up her stuff, and I told her, I was like, all right, like if you're upset with this, so I told her, I was like, you're still upset packing your stuff.
Yeah.
You're still upset, gonna walk to your car, drive upset.
Yeah.
I go, so where does it get better?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So as I told her, I was like, where is your day going to get better? Because all you're doing is dragging all this home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was like, so this clearly is not the problem. What is the real problem?
Yeah.
And then she'll get upset. She's like, no, like you're getting on my nerves. And I was like, okay, well, what can I do different? You know,
Yeah.
like how can I better help you? You know what I mean? Because I'm here to help serve you. So
Yeah.
what can I do? So she just kind of looked at me and she's like, well, she got upset. She's like, you're making me upset because I can't be mad at you.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, all right, so what are you really mad at?
Yeah.
Because obviously it's not me.
Right.
So then it all comes down to a bigger, some other issue, personal issue, like at home.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then I was like, all right, let's just spend our session talking about it. Let's get the stress off the body, and
Right.
that's it. Like
Yeah.
let's make some kind of productivity,
Mm-hmm.
But
I
yeah,
think
for sure.
a lot of people forget too that you can't just work out your body.
Oh yeah.
you
Your mind.
got to work out your mind,
Yeah.
man.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
You got to
Yeah,
work out your
absolutely.
mind, because if you're not straight with it, and then you're gonna go in and try to do that, and then that happens.
Mhm. Oh yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And then, or maybe you're angry and you go into the gym or whatever and you try to work all that rage out and stuff, and then you didn't do something right or
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
Yeah. Mental is very important
Yeah.
before physical.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
that's very true.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think that's it's a saying where it goes like, you get your mind right, your body follows.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
So-
I've heard that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. I don't get too mad or pissed off or anything like that because I'm more of a Zen guy. But when I do have a little bit of anger, I hit that bag, that bag, and it does feel good,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like I don't really think about what I'm mad about. I just hit the bag and I'm like, oh, I just needed to relax, let that out a little bit, Like
Tension.
like I heard,
Whatever.
I heard somebody say one time, just yell,
Yeah.
like just yell, like when sometimes you're
Yeah.
upset, just fucking yell, go inside the restroom or just yell. And I'm like, I've never done it. I don't think I've ever met, but I think to me that's like, damn, that's silly. I don't know why I would do it, but some people swear by it, man.
It really
And-
does
and-
help. I've done it myself.
Have you done it?
Yeah.
I've done it
What
like
kind
where,
of feeling do you get after? I mean, it's just like this weight off of your back.
Yeah, it really does. It's like that nagging itch in the back when you
Yeah.
finally, scratch it and it's
Yeah.
gone. Like I've had that where I was like in the middle of a workout and it's just I wasn't getting, performing the way I wanted to.
Yeah.
So I just yelled. And
Nice.
like sometimes like I'll swear or something, but just real loud
Yeah.
and just I don't know, it just helps. You
Yeah,
know?
the F word, the 4-letter F word probably helps.
Yeah.
I've done that, I think. Yeah, so I guess I have yelled. Fuck, like
Yeah.
I did that one time. And that did help.
Yeah.
I guess it does help. There you go. That's therapy right there.
Yeah, there it is.
That's a free lesson right there. But yeah, going back to the training. Most of the people that you do is it athletes or do you just?
No, actually, I've only worked with 2 athletes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I've worked with Jamal Pokes and Dominic Reyes.
Dominic Ray.
Yeah, so those have been the only 2. Aside from that, no, for me, I don't really like to train athletes per se because for me, I don't feel like I have to do much work.
Yeah.
Like you can tell an athlete like, hey, do this exercise, and this is gonna help you be the best. That's all they need to hear.
Yeah.
They're gonna do the rest, because they're so hungry and driven for it.
Mm-hmm.
But like I like to me, what's gonna help me become better is working with that person who is struggling to get to that level.
Oh, I got you. Yeah.
So that for me is my niche because that's what's keeping me on my toes.
Yeah.
So, but for sure, just Jamal and Dominic have been the only
The
2.
2 guys that you work with. Because we did talk off the air a little bit about Joe Stevenson.
Yeah.
Did you say that you worked in his camp?
No,
Or you worked with him before?
He was supposed to take on a fight. I'm not too sure what happened with it.
Yeah.
I don't know if if like I don't know what the deal was, but I was supposed to and we were gonna get ready for it, but then it just didn't end up happening.
Yeah, that dude was a beast, dude, back in the day. Joe
yeah.
Stevenson. I saw him do. I don't know what they call. Are you familiar with a lot of MMA, like workouts and stuff like that? Or no?
Yeah.
I don't know if this is MMA or just Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, but I don't even. Maybe you can Google it, but they do this thing, and maybe it's called the Spider Monkey. No, I don't know if it's called Spider Monkey, but I'm gonna think it's Spider Monkey. But it's where this dude gets in like a horse stance, and and then the other guy has to climb on top of him, and then he goes around in circles.
Yeah.
So you count the reps, right?
Right.
Every time he passes his chest, that's 1.
Oh, okay.
That's 2. So it's a certain way that you climb, right? You gotta get here, hook on there, you turn around. It's the way that they grapple, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And this guy, they did this competition on the show, right? The Ultimate Fighter, and this dude was just spinning and spinning and spinning. And he was so excited because he was like able to do it, and he beat the other guy. Well, the other guy, I think they just tapped out really early. It was a strategic move to get this dude tired because they called him out and they fought. They fought the next. Then his next fight was against him the next day, so he was exhausted from that workout.
Good move. That's a good move.
But it was pretty cool. But
I
I was
doubt
like,
it's called
yeah, but
Spider
it was.
Monkey.
Man, it's probably not called Spider Monkey, but it was an intense move, and I was like, damn, that guy's got.
I've
some
seen people
endurance.
do that. I'm like, that's crazy. Looks,
yeah, I have.
looks intense.
Yeah,
Looks
I
like
know.
a full body workout
Yeah.
or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Have you
Yeah.
ever trained yourself to be MMA? Like, or
You
a
know
fighter?
what?
Or is that not your niche?
So I was working with Jamal one time, and he was, I think I was having him do like bear crawls and dragging weight and like burpees and moving through a ladder. And then he told me, he's like, you know what? Like, he's like, you know what? Like, you've been working with me and I've been, getting insight on your world.
Yeah.
Like, try mine. I was like, all right, fine. He's like, and I told him I was a little hesitant because he was like, yeah, we'll go to the advanced class. And I was like, whoa, whoa,
Yeah.
So then he told me, he's like, all right, we'll do the beginning class. So I get in. There's a guy they call Mustache Mike. There's another guy named John, and Jamal himself.
Mustache
Yeah.
Mike.
So he's always like, hey, you're gonna go around us three. He's like, I'll take it easy on you. He's like, these two guys they're kind of beginners.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, cool. So I'm working with them, and then I'm getting my ass tapped out pretty fast. And I was like, I don't know if these guys are really beginners.
Yeah.
Come to find out, I'm already halfway through and I'm already getting gassed. And I'm like, damn, man, these guys are really good.
Yeah.
You know, I was feeling really bad for being a beginner.
Yeah.
So I come to find out Mustache Mike was a purple belt and John was a black belt. Yeah. And Jamal over here is a brown belt. So I was getting beat up. So I've tried it and it is so hard, man.
Yeah.
Like
Was it all just rolling?
Yeah. So we did a drill and then they show you a move. You practice the move a little bit, you know, on each other. And then it's just 3 5-minute rounds of straight rolling.
Yeah.
And I remember I was like rolling with them and they were like placing wagers. They're like, oh, I bet you can't put him in this move. And I'm like, oh, I don't even know what that is. I don't know what to look out for.
You're right.
Yeah. But it's hard, man. It's for sure. It's a full body workout.
It's a whole different type of thing, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So part of the training that you do, does it change? Obviously, it changes for everybody. I think you just answered my own question, but I'll ask it anyways. For athletes and for your everyday person that comes in, that workout definitely changes, right?
Yeah. It can be pretty similar depending on like who I'm training. Like if it's someone who's feels like they're plateauing with the boot camp, you know, or the workouts we have going on, if they feel like, hey, you know what, you know, like when I come into this class, I kind of feel like it's more catered to beginners. You know, I want the extra push. Yeah. So they might have some similarities, like with what I do with Jamal. Yeah. But for someone like that girl Courtney, yeah, for sure, it's a lot different. Like I like to show people how important feet really are. You know, from everything from like sensory to balance. You know, like I've seen many times where like I'll assess a client before we actually get started. I'll assess them and see, you know, how their form is. And I can't tell you how many times when I see people squat, the toes are lifting up, which the big toe is actually really, really important for balance. Yeah. So, you know, once I tell them like, hey, like we got to keep the heel down, you know, the heel of the foot down, and I want you to push the big toe to the ground too, together. Yeah. You know, and then you instantly start seeing, you know, like dramatic changes within their form. You know, the wobbling is cut down, you know. I mean, it's still there for some people, but it for sure helps them progress. And that's what really what I like to do is really assessing, you know, from like bottom to the top. Yeah. And that like, so yeah, it'll for sure change because I've had, you know, people who have like nagging shoulder pain and then, you know, they look at me crazy when I'll tell them like, hey, we're going to start from the feet. Yeah. You know, and then they're looking at me like, that's the dumbest thing I've heard. Yeah. You know, look at me like that.
I've heard that before.
Yeah. Yeah. And so I'll tell them like, hey, like we really got to start with the feet because I was like, you know, you don't build your house on a shitty foundation. Right. Like it's got to be strong. Yeah. I go, so if your feet aren't strong, how is anything else going to be? You know, so then starting from there, and it's crazy as like the calves loosen up, you know, your knees are, you know, they're not locking out as you know, as often. The hips will release tension and then it just all follows suit. Yeah. So for sure they'll change.
So when you say start from your feet, are you saying form only or are you actually working out like your feet?
Oh no, I'll work out feet too.
Oh, you work out feet?
Yeah. Like,
how the heck do you work feet out? I mean, I've never had that kind of a workout.
It's not like one session just feet, you know, but I'll have them like, I'll put blank paper, just like that one, blank paper down, you know, barefoot, and I'll have them spread their toes and scrunch it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just gripping. Yeah, so I told, you know, like people look at me, they're like, I don't know how to do that. Yeah, I'm like, don't lie to me. Like you've grabbed the remote or, you know, you dropped a shirt on the floor, you picked it up with your feet before. Yeah, right. I was like, yeah, it's the same thing, you know, and then people, you know, it's just crazy how a lot of things that, you know, we're taught at a young age, we feel we need to be doing, you know, and people are now caught up in, no, I need to have shoes. Yeah. You know, so I'll tell them like, hey, like we didn't have shoes. Shoes were non-existent at one point. So how do you think they got around? Yeah. You know, so tell them like, you know, it's all going to start with the feet. You know, the higher the back portion of the shoe is, you know, the more the thicker the sole, I should say. Yeah. Then, yeah, that's where the problems start. So you're just showing people like how to activate feet.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll say foot activation rather than workouts.
Yeah.
Mm.
No, that's actually, that makes a lot of sense now that you do it.
Yeah.
I've never kind of heard it like that, but I never thought about that.
Yeah,
Working
your
out
feet.
your toes, man.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But it does
yeah.
make sense, right? Get them, like you said, stronger and build them up.
Oh yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
I'm just thinking of like, you know, like kids. You know, I always say that joke, like kids when they're working out, they work out like this, you know, like,
Yeah.
and their fingers, 'cause everything's on their phone
Their
nowadays,
thumbs would
right?
be all strong.
Yeah, but yeah, that makes sense. So, I see when you said that, I thought maybe we were talking about form, but now you're talking about like working out your actually toes and
Yeah,
And your
because when I tell them like, hey, like we need to push the big toe down, and then it's a whole new element. Then they'll freak out that little thing. So you got to show them how to activate it,
Mhm.
and then how to really use it, what they should be feeling, and then that'll help. Because a lot of times, like I myself, I'm flat-footed, so I get a lot of pains. So that's when I was wondering why, and once I started to do my share of research on it, and that's where really I was like, wow, I was really mind blown by it.
Yeah. Does that help with runners?
Yeah, it helps with runners, helps with it helps with
Pretty much
everybody.
anybody that's
Yeah.
trying to be athletic, huh? Or get active. It's like those shoes, you know, those shoes that they have now. They're like with the toes.
Vibrams?
They're like, what are they called?
Vibrams?
Is that what they're
I
called?
think so.
Yeah.
The
They
toe
just slip
shoes?
them on. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, people were using that to run on like rocks, like hiking.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm like, how the heck?
Yeah.
Doesn't it hurt the bottom of your feet? But it's like you said, right?
Yeah,
Like,
it goes back to
Yeah.
that.
you know, the shoes were
Hmm.
invented for just to sell shoes
Yeah.
Style.
style. But yeah, we don't really need them, I guess, right?
Yeah, there's some shoes that are really good. There's I think it's like Vivo Barefoot, I think.
Yeah.
Like I think it's VIVO Barefoot. And they have like their sole of the shoe is meant to design the bottom of the foot. So they to represent it.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're walking, it's the closest thing to being barefoot. Is what their slogan is, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, so those I remember I was looking at those like, oh, okay, these are
Oh, you
these
got a
are
pair of
really
those?
I haven't got them yet.
Oh.
Yeah, but I was looking
You
at
just
them.
run barefoot?
I don't really run, man.
No?
I hate running.
Really?
Yeah, like for me, so that's the thing that I tell people.
Yeah.
That's like probably like one of my biggest messages that I try to like push
Mm-hmm.
is, there's no right way to do fitness. Like if you want to be fit, doesn't mean you have to run.
Yeah,
right.
Like, I like to think I'm a pretty fit guy, and I don't really run much.
Yeah.
But I for sure find other ways
To get your cardio
Yeah,
and to get-
exactly.
yeah.
So just doing, like body weight movements quickly, like burpees, some
Yeah.
push-ups, or like explosive movements.
Mhm.
But as far as just running is boring, man.
It is boring.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I heard that today.
Running
Today I
running
heard-
is boring?
Yeah. It was a coach, and he said something like, I could get, by doing full body activity or whatever,
Yeah.
I could get done in 15 minutes what I could have gotten done like in 50 minutes of running.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And he just doesn't run,
Yeah.
and then instead he does other stuff.
We say that running is boring, and we know all three of us said that right now. But I've heard people that say that the total opposite. That
Oh,
when
yeah.
they're running, that's when they're in their zen moment. That's like, for example,
Oh,
my
yeah.
wife, when she goes out for a run, she hasn't done too much running right now, but she'll go treadmill, stuff like that.
She's in the zone.
She's in the zone.
Mm.
She's when her running is her time, and
Yeah.
that's when she's just like, feels relaxed. I mean, she ran the marathon. She
Yeah.
did. That's 27 miles, I think, or something like that.
Something.
27 miles or 23 miles.
I think it's somewhere right there.
Somewhere around
in
there.
the park. Yeah.
Or over 20 something miles. But yeah, they get into this thing, and that's when they're most,
Yeah, it's some people. I think it's called like the runner's high.
that's what it is. I was
Yeah.
trying to think of
Runner's
it.
high?
Runner's high.
Oh,
so Yeah.
It's a runner's high.
that's what it's
Yeah.
called?
They just get lost in running. Like I hate running, but I for sure have experienced it. Like I think with when our new location was opening up, I was getting a little anxious about it.
Yeah.
So I remember I went out for a run, and I got that runner's high. Just
Yeah.
kind of like losing focus on the stress for a little bit, and just kind of focusing on being present in just the world, the atmosphere,
Yeah.
Right.
scenery. So I mean, I can for sure get like what it feels like, but as far as like getting that every day to run,
Yeah.
that's a whole different story.
whole different
Yeah.
story.
Yeah.
Nah, I've
It-
never gotten it. I'll
no.
never get it.
No. But it is funny that you say like all this stuff that you're trying to juggle, right? We're trying to open up
Yeah.
the gym, right? So you're trying to juggle all these things, and the one thing that that got you over that or got you away from that was just putting one foot in front of the other. That's it. As easy as this right here. You know what I mean? Dude, think about it. That's a little crazy.
That was deep.
It really was.
It really was.
It
It really was.
Was it?
Yeah,
Yeah, well,
good job.
I get deep sometimes.
Yeah.
Ask her that. You know, pause, right? Oh man. So what's the end goal? Is there an end goal, or is there
for myself,
for yourself?
For me, man, it's just trying to really just give back in any way I can. You know,
It sounds like it. Like you said earlier. He wants to help that person that's struggling. He wants to give them that edge.
Yeah,
you know?
You know, like for me, I just kind of feel like, you know, I should really have the strong belief that, you know, we're all here for a purpose, you know, and I mean, it's up to us to find it. And I think I really feel like this is like my purpose is to, you know, help people make differences, you know, with for me, it's health, you know, from just what we eat to moving, being more active, and just showing people that there's, you know, different ways to do things. You know, like I think people are really caught up in what they see on, you know, like TV, you know, these advertisements now. And it's crazy because people get lost in this is what I need to be, you know? And that to me is it's insanity, you know, like there's already that person there. Like, don't try to be them. You're going to get lost, you know, because then you'll never find you. Yeah. So to me, it's just helping people, I guess, discover themselves through fitness. Yeah. Because that's what was done for me. Because growing up, I mean, I was bullied a lot, man. Oh, yeah. Bullied. And for me, I went to college, went to Cal Poly Pomona, dropped out. So, I mean, it just kind of felt like, you know, I for sure, and, you know, Gizmo went to Laverne, got her master's. Yeah. So it was really discouraging for me at that moment. Yeah. And I hit a low, and I was like, man, like, I don't know what I want to do. Yeah. And, you know, getting lost in social media and, you know, what we see. So I think now it's just like, it doesn't matter, you know, what you're going through and stuff, you know, like I was telling some of the members at the gym, you know, I told them, I was like, hey, if like I pulled out $100 and I gave it to you, you know, nice, fresh, you're going to take it. It's $100. Yeah. But I told them, I was like, what if I had a few tears and I crumbled it up? And then they told me like, well, I'd still take it. It's $100. Yeah. I was like, all right. I was like, what if it's the same thing? I go, but it's been in a few like strippers' asses. They're like, yeah, you know, like, well, we'll take it. It's $100.
Still $100.
Yeah. So I was like, well, you're still this person. So why does it matter what you've been through if it doesn't matter what this $100 has been through? Yeah. You know, I was like, you're still the same person. Yeah. You still have the same value. Yeah. And the difference between you and this $100 is $100 stays $100. You're not going to stay there. You can get better. Yeah. Right. You know, so just helping people with that message.
That was pretty deep.
Yeah.
That was pretty deep. Yeah, no, seriously, it was good. You know, it's funny because you said that, you know, you got stuck in the whole social media thing and everything, but now it's actually helping you out, right? I mean, that's what's going to help you out. Inevitably, it's going to help you out. Right. The social media. I mean, if you use it right, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
It's something that's going to help you in what you want to do because you can reach, it's a broader area of reaching people.
Yeah, for me, I had to unfollow a lot of accounts, though.
Oh, yeah.
Like, for sure, I'm following, like, some, like, the big stars and... Because then you get caught up in their lifestyle. And
the strippers with the $100 bills.
Like, it's for sure. I unfollowed a lot of, you know, to me, I just kind of felt like if it's not bringing me value, then I shouldn't be following it. Yeah. Otherwise, I'll get lost and just scrolling. Yeah. So I try to do that. I mean, I'm not perfect with it. I'll still have like I'm a big New York Giants fan, so I'll still follow their stuff. Yeah. You know, but as far as like I was following a lot of like fitness like models and stuff like that, and I was like, well, you know, they're not doing anything for me, you know. So I unfollowed a lot of those accounts, a lot of famous people, just kind of letting them go, and took a different approach. I was like, well, if I'm going to use social media, let's milk it. So following people that are pushing the same message, just trying to see how like different ways I can do it.
Right.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
That's cool. Sounds like you're in the right direction. Yeah. You know, one thing I was going to say is, because you had said something like, oh, I like to spend time reading and all that. And that's what I took from this is always constantly sharpen your sword, your craft, your
Right.
skill, you know, whether it's working out, trying something new, or mentally reading,
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
you know.
Well, anything that you do, I mean, you're gonna, you're gonna get into it. You're gonna start off in one in one position or at one position, and you're gonna grow, right? In the same, you're in
Yeah.
the same field industry, but you are gonna grow, and it's day by day. It's like you said, the pyramid.
Yeah.
Everything with same thing. Your body, the business, your mind, health, all of it is all. It all takes time, stone by stone or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
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 And that's the thing. And then people are only going to see the finished product and then just ask, how did you do it?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I was talking to, I think I was talking to my other sister. We were talking, and I was telling her that, I think I was, I forgot where I was. I saw it on social media though.
Mm-hmm.
And it was talking about how high school kids have more of a drive in like this hunger than most adults do.
Yeah.
Because, and then I remember when I saw it, I was like, well, like, how does that make sense?
Yeah.
But like kids are just, they don't want to have bad grades. You know, they'll get in trouble.
Yeah.
You know, most of them anyway.
Yeah.
So if they really don't want to, if they're really convinced that they don't want to do the work, then they're going to cheat. That's when the phrase came from, if you're not cheating, you're not trying.
Right.
And that's, you know, they'll copy the person who's getting the A's.
Yeah.
They'll copy their work and they're going to get the same result.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with success. You know, like people putting out all this free content. If you just copy what they're doing,
Yeah.
you're going to get there.
Yeah.
You know, so it's real crazy.
Yeah. I mean, there's messages everywhere. You just we got to
Yeah.
take them. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it's what you take
Mhm.
from them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's good, man. You're doing some good stuff. We
Thank you, man.
we
Appreciate
wish
that.
you the best.
Thank
you
you.
know what I
Thank you. Yeah.
You want to promote the boot camp?
Yeah. QFit Boot Camp. It's over in Victorville. It's, we got a strength and conditioning side, and then now like a boot camp side. So it's more beginner focused, people
Okay.
who are, you know, just starting out,
Yeah.
low impact flooring. So it's like easier on the knees.
Mm-hmm.
So for sure, if you guys are ever in the area, you know, could just feel free to come check it out. And anybody who's out there, you know, like that's just really what, you know, it's my message, not just mine, but not my message per se, but that's our message, you know, as a community, you know, just great coaches, you know, other staff, like, so we got Coach Michael, Arthur, David, Alyssa, Ilda, and the owner, Coach Richard. Like it's just everyone, all of us working together to help each other get better and move in the right direction.
Yeah.
You know, so that way we're not focused on, hey, let's build our gym, but let's build our community. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what most gyms are right now. It seems like it's not so much just like a brick and mortar gym. It's more of what's the content inside of it, you know, the community.
Yeah.
yeah, almost like a cult, like
Yeah.
like not
There's
like
a
the scary
workout
kind,
cult.
Yeah.
not the scary kind, but like a really strong fan base.
Yeah. Yeah, you throw that word cold around and people get scared.
You have to drink the punch.
Adidas.
Is there
Nikes.
you guys have a Instagram or social media for that QFit or anything?
Yeah, it's QFit Bootcamp VV for Victorville. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay, right on. Yeah, we'll put all that out there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Man. I do appreciate that. Yeah.
Of course, man.
So,
And then your Instagram is I remember Coach Xavier _0516.
0516. Yeah,
What's the 0516?
it's my son's birth month and year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right on.
Oh, okay,
There
cool.
you go. Probably should have asked him that because now people are gonna start figuring out. Oh, that's his password. That's that. No, I'm just kidding. Now you got to change it. My bad. I fucked up.
Phone number.
Yep.
I thought ahead. I made sure I changed it.
You have a YouTube channel?
Yeah, the YouTube channel is actually, I put it in the link on my Instagram.
Oh, cool.
That's-
So they can get all your
Yeah.
information from the
Cool.
IG.
Yeah, so that's what, because I stay active on Instagram because they got everything right there. And
It's all
Yeah.
easy, right?
Yeah.
You can link it to your Facebook, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
You have Facebook?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have Facebook. Facebook, I'm not really too active on.
Yeah.
I just kind of more of, I use it more for like our gym stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, Facebook for me is like, I got too much family and they're
Yeah.
they post all their stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah, to me, it's just like, I'll get caught. That's one of the things I'll get caught up scrolling. So that's why I stay primarily on
That's cool.
Instagram.
On
Yeah.
Instagram. Well, there you go, man.
Yeah, we'll be sure to put all that stuff out there for you.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it, man.
Well, good luck and thanks for coming on and
I
talking.
don't know. Thank you guys, man.
Anytime you want
Thanks,
to come
Joey.
in here and
Yeah.
Joey. But anytime you want to come back, dude, let us know, man.
For sure.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. I definitely, if you guys are ever open to it, just getting some of our other coaches on here.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
for
real
sure.
good.
Yeah, for sure.
sure.
We'll do it. All right, man.
Sounds good, man.
Thanks a lot. Well, this is Fitty,
I'm Izzy.
and this is How We Talk.
Later, guys.